Hello, welcome to our EVE Online Quick Start Guide Part 40. So this is just aiming to unlock all of the Tech 2 modules for your ships. So you might already have most of your Tech 2 modules for your mid slots and your high slots. If you don't, then just try to unlock the ones that you're missing. And then work on unlocking your Tech 2 weapons for your ships. So the Tech 2 weapons don't actually take too long at this point, right? Just to get the level 5 small Tech 2 weapons, like the turrets, just takes 3.5 days. So you could train 2 different Tech 2 weapons in 1 week. Or if you want to train the light missile launchers, that's 1 week of training. Or the level 5 frigate or destroyer skills, that takes 1 week of training. And 10.5 days for medium turrets and heavy missiles. So you could also earn money easily too, right? If you can earn 135 million every 2 to 4 days, you can speed up training with skill injectors. Small injectors save 2 days of training, large can save 10 days of training. And when you're actually training your skills, just focus on training perception and willpower skills. So skills that are in like your ship's tree and skills that are in your gunnery tree and missiles tree. Pretty much just train those, and any extra skill points that you get, spend these skill points on intelligence and memory skills. So you're going to be training your ship and weapon skills faster because your perception willpower, but you're going to be training your intelligence and memory slower because your remapped perception and willpower. So pretty much just put skills in a training queue, try to focus on the skills that you're remapped to, and try to spend your extra skill points on skills that you're not remapped to. And if you're just playing the game, right, just every 2 to 4 days, you might be able to buy a small skill injector, speeding up training by like 2 days. So you could literally almost double your training speed if you could just earn 135 mil every 2 days. You could speed up training by 2 days. So you get 2 months of training done in 1 month if you can just figure out how to earn the money and keep getting your skill injectors to keep training. Hello, welcome to this video. So this video is just about aiming for Tech 2 weapons and Tech 2 ships. So we pretty much have all of our Tech 2 modules, right? So if you didn't train your Tech 2 modules, you could easily train into them. If you want Tech 2 afterburners, all you have to do is train afterburner to level 4. So I think we had at level 3, right? It is a member skill, so if you're a members, maybe get afterburner 4 just to get the Tech 2 afterburners for your ships, just so they can move a bit faster. And the other thing, right? So there's something about comparing afterburners to micro warp drives. Micro warp drives give you a good boost to speed. So we keep redoing this because we keep talking about other things, so we won't talk about it too long. But the thing about this thing, the micro warp drives, they increase your speed considerably, but they actually increase your signature radius by 500%. So what that means is that the enemy ships are pretty much going to be shooting you for 100% damage. And the difference between the afterburner is you move a lot slower, but this actually reduces damage you take. So if you're actually looking for a way to reduce damage, you might want to use the afterburner instead of the micro warp drive. So it's not really needed in the Drake. It doesn't seem to be needed in the Drake. We could probably go with the micro warp drive, but but for the carousel, I guess the carousel doesn't matter, right? The afterburner does make it go at a decent speed. We don't have a skin on this one. So we actually set up a second base somewhere as well. So the afterburner, yeah, it does make it go too fast. So you won't actually notice how slow you're going when you're in the mission, because it's reducing the damage you take. So you can actually go in closer to these ships. You don't have to fly away and then you disable your micro warp drive and then you're still taking more damage because the faster your ships moves, the less damage you take. We figured that out. So if you're looking for afterburners, get those. And you pretty much trained into these shields, right? So we pretty much got shield upgrades 4. We got all of the Tech 2 shield modules. Got all of the Tech 2 missile guidance system. It's just missile bombardment level 4. We got the Tech 2 ballistic control system. That's just weapon upgrades 4. So we got that really quick, right? Shield power relay. That's what energy grid upgrades 4. So it's pretty much all those level 4 skills that you got opened up the ability to get these items. Then there's also this one, right? Yeah, we got Tech 2 armor plates for armor ships, right? Go to requirements, hull upgrades. Hull upgrades unlocks Tech 2 equipment, overdrive injectors, expanded cargo holds, inertial stabilizers, nanofibers. So I think we start with like level 3 or level 4 anyways, right? Maybe you start at level 3. Maybe you start at level 4. I think the game starts you at level 4, so you pretty much, or maybe level 3. Whatever the case. If you get... No, we did have to train into that, because we couldn't use damage control right away. Yeah, so if you get hull upgrades to level 4, then you could use your Tech 2 damage controls, Tech 2 coatings, and level 5 takes a long time to train, so we don't actually have this, but this would give you better defense modules. It is like a free-to-play skill. It just takes absolutely forever to train, right? 9 days, 18 hours. So also look at something too. So this is a 2 times multiplier, because I know I was looking at the ship tree, and the remap, the way that they were remapped, we'd want to train this later if we remap again later into it. Yep. So there was also this thing that we're going to look at, right? You get the Tech 2 armor repairs for your ships. Tech 2 batteries. Oh yeah, we got the Tech 2 batteries, right? So these will help your capacitator stay charged a lot longer. We got the Tech 2 things here. Weapon upgrades for, yeah. Tech 2 damage modules for projectile ships. Tech 2 shields. And where's the item? We're looking for a specific item. Tech 2. Where's the power core systems? These things here. Power diagnostic systems, yep. So you could get the Tech 2 of these things. The energy grid upgrades level 4. So another, just a level 4 skill. So what this does, increases your power grid bonus, capacitator recharge rate, shield recharge rate, shield hit point bonus, capacitator capacity bonus. So if you get a Tech 2 of this thing for a ship, it's actually amazing. So if you need extra power grid on a shield type ship, this thing's actually really good to get. Yeah, except that we didn't need any power grid. We got our thing like large shield extenders. We got the missile guidance computer. So we just need one of them. We don't even need the rigs. Like we have one of these fit out. If we were to go to rigs, we would actually just go to shields, right? Because we've been testing things, right? These resistances and everything. Maybe they help. But maybe the field extender helps a lot more, right? Because we've been looking here. The shield recharge rate, 38 HP per second, 11,000 hit points. So we can increase our resistances to something, right? We're just against kinetic and thermal. So it'd be something like that. And it would increase the resistances a bit. So we've taken reduced damage from the enemies, but our shield would stay the same and our recharge rate would stay the same. However, if we just go to the field extender, it actually increases our shield hit points amount, which increases our shield recharge rate. And if we put another one of these, they actually stack really good. Because this one gives you like a percentage to your shield capacity bonus 15%, which is improved even further by these things, right? So if we have these things, this 15% shield boost is getting even more stronger, so our hit points. So the main thing is the passive recharge rate, right? We have 8 HP per second. Then we have 22 HP per second, 36 HP per second, 50 HP per second. And then if we put another field extender on, it's like 57 HP per second. Plus we got 17,000 shield hit points, right? And this thing, the reason we have it at the bottom is because this increases our shield recharge rate. So it increases the recharge rate and lowers your capacitor recharge rate. So we're already stable, right? We could do everything. We could fly for like 40 minutes with all of these on. That's perfectly fine. This thing would just increase your shield recharge rate even further. So if you have nothing to place on the bottom, right? Like if we remove this, maybe we would have had this. Shield recharge rate's 49. Our shield is up a little bit. But if we didn't need that, then we could just put on that other item, and then that would increase our shield recharge rate a little bit further. So it's just by equipping all these things and testing all of them, right? Got all of our ships. So we're making this video because we're getting tired of fitting out all these ships. We've been looking at all these ships, fitting them out, looking at modules, So some future videos we could talk about are how to protect your cargo when going through space. Because we've been looking at a high security ganking and just reading guides and stuff how to do it. There doesn't seem to be too much out there on it, but if you're flying a catalyst, you might be in high security. This might cost you 2.6 million, and it might do 225 DPS, which is actually pretty low, right? Because the guides are saying if you are maxed skills, you could be doing 600 damage per second. 600 damage per second. But with these skills right now, we're just doing 225 damage per second, right? We just have the Tech 1 weapons, which is something we talk about. And if as long as you're like tanking your ship, right? Maybe if you're in a high security 1.0 to 0.9, you got like 10 seconds. 10 seconds before Concorde comes up and blows their ship up. So as long as you could live for 10 seconds or warp out before then you should be able to escape. So if we know that catalyst could do 600 DPS, and maybe the DPS is reduced by around like 50%, 40%. So I don't know, if it does like 350 DPS after resistances, then if it's there for 10 seconds, it might do like 3.5 thousand damage to our shields. 3.5 thousand damage. So one catalyst wouldn't be able to kill this ship because we have all of these modules onto it. So we'll go into look at ships and goals to upgrade your Tech 2 weapons, right? We got Tech 2 plates. So we don't have the 400mm Tech 2 just because the requirements is 9 days to train into it. Yeah, it says it's going to take like 10 days to train just into the Tech 2 variant, so we don't have that. So we can see if we just have our ship here without any defensive modules, that catalyst could easily blow up this ship within the 10 seconds. So I guess the gate guns were there too. The gate guns might save you some more time. But regardless, if your industrial is untanked, that catalyst, one catalyst could just destroy your industrial in no time, as long as they can survive the gate guns. But if you load up your tank with shields, then that one catalyst couldn't blow up your ship. It would need to have 2 catalysts, right? 7k damage, plus it'd have to go through that. So it might take like maybe 2 to 3. Maybe 2 to 3 catalysts. Maybe it would take like 2 catalysts, but that's like fully geared out catalysts. But if you put on some armor plates, then they have to get through your armor as well. So that means that they would have to add a 3rd catalyst to be able to destroy your ship. Then if we had a damage control, then it'd bring your resistances up. So maybe that would make it so that they have to bring a 4th catalyst to blow up your ship. And then if you pull out your industrial with shield rigs. So shield rigs seem to just be the cheapest ones, right? We know that most of the damage would come from kinetic and thermal. Like there's EM ships, like the Tornado. Maybe the Vexor would deal EM damage. Those are like 1000 DPS. So it'd be what, 500? But those ships cost like 25 million or 30 million or something. So it's pretty much, is it worth it to blow up your ship for how much their ship costs? So if we were to just go with like shield extenders maybe. Yeah, so we just go to simulate. If we just do the same thing, right? Shield extenders seem to be the absolutely overpowered thing. Although, I guess our resistances might be good at this point, but 1,000 extra shields, you get more shield regen as well. So we just put 3 of these shield extenders on, right? Oh, so now it'll take like 3 catalysts to go through these shields. 4 catalysts, 5. So now take 5 catalysts to destroy our ship. I wonder if we go like kinetic and thermal or something. You could go like something like this, but you gain an extra recharge rate the other way around. That would lower their damage to 50%, which would bring it to like, I don't know, like 250 or something. Yeah, 3 catalysts, 4. So it does always make sense. It does seem to always make sense just to go with the field extenders. Pretty much always makes sense to go with the field extenders. Increases your recharge rate and increases your base shield amount. Your resistance will be up a little bit anyways. So there we go. So now it take what? 4, 5, 6. It would take like 6 catalysts to be able to destroy your ship. 612. So as long as your ship's tanked out and you're not carrying enough for it to be worth it them to blow up your ship, then eventually we'll make videos about how to make better transport ships. This one's alright. This one's just for transporting your ore. That's it. So then we got off track again. We talked about other things, but let's just end the video and look at the ship tree and some skills here. So now that you have a whole bunch of ships researched, right? We could pretty much fly most of these ships. We got like level 3 ships. We can't actually fly all these ships yet. Like there's so many skills that you have to get that you might not be able to actually learn all of these skills right away, right? So we still need to get like Minotaur Cruiser here. We still need to get this to unlock the Battle Cruiser. We need to get that to 3 to unlock the Battleship. And same for Amar, right? We just got Cruiser up to level 2, that's it. Yeah, and then we need to get the Battle Cruiser to 3 to unlock the Battleship. But that's actually probably quite a bit far away. We might get those just to actually unlock these ships. But if we go over here to the gunnery tab, right, we could see things actually don't take too long to train, right? If we remapped perception willpower, if we wanted to get tech 2 projectile turrets, all that we had to do was train this up, yeah. And then we get tech 2 weapon turrets. So if we look at our ships, right, the first little bit, so we sped up training a bit, right? If you wanted to speed up training somehow, maybe every 2 weeks. Yeah, I guess every 2 to 3 days you could just buy a skill injector. So that'd be something to do. You train for 2 weeks and you play a little bit. Maybe you earn some money. Maybe you got 650 million. Yeah, maybe you got 650 million playing the last 2 weeks. And you wanted to speed up your training by 10 days. Then you could just buy this, and this would speed up your training by 10 days. As long as you have 5 million or less skill points, right? Seems to always be good to use as long as you have 50 million or less skill points. It'll give you 500,000 or 400,000 unallocated skill points, which would be 8 or 10 days of training. 8 to 10 days of training, depending what your skill point total is. So that's super sick, right? You just play the game, earn some money, buy some large skill injectors, inject it, and then you could pretty much learn this instantly, right? You would inject it, apply skill points, train that, apply, train that, apply, train that. You train most of the way to that. Or if you go to missiles, right? You go to rockets. If you want to get tier 2 rockets, that takes like 4 days to train, and then you get the tier 2 rockets. And then the light missile launcher is like 7 days to train, right? So if you train light missile launcher to 5, then you get tech 2 light missiles and tech 2 light missile launchers. And then heavy missiles takes a little bit longer, right? 10 days, 10 hours. So eventually later, if you wanted to get tech 2 heavy missiles, you would just train for 10 days to get those. Yeah. And then gunneries, the medium turrets take 10 days to train as well. So eventually, if you're working to the tech 2 medium turrets, you just train that up to level 5. That's pretty much all you have to do, right? Might need a gunnery up to level 5, which would also just take like 4 days. Well, 3.5 days, right? 3.5 days. So you could train this and this in 1 week. So that's super sick. You could say like we could train for 1 week, and then we could use 2 different types of tech 2 weapons for these small ships. So that's super sick. And if we go to the spaceship command, right, maybe we have something trained up to level 4, called Air Frigate level 4, right? So if we wanted to specialize and get into tech 2 ships as well after, all we have to do is train Caldari Frigate up to level 5, which takes 7 days. So we could say in 1 week we might fly that. 1 week we might get the Caldari Destroyer. So you could get like all those in 1 month. So if you're planning like 1 month, we could say we could unlock all of the base Tech 2 weapons, all the base Tech 2 weapons, and we could learn how to fly we could at least get Caldari Frigate 5 and Destroyer 5 all in 1 month if you wanted to. And then if we go to the ship tree, right? So here's pretty much what you're going for. If we wanted to go here, we could say we have the Caldari Frigate level 5, right? Requirements, it's like half of the requirements. Well, if we're looking at this one, the covert ops ships. Pretty much you want to maybe aim for the covert ops ships first before anything. So if we got Caldari Frigate 5, that would take 7 days to train, and the electronics upgrades would take 9 days and 18 hours to train. So if you're applying skill points, this is intelligence and memory, right? Where we remapped perception and willpower. Character, perception, and willpower were remapped. We have our +3 implants, so our skills are training better perception, willpower, right? So this would be intelligence and memory, training multiplier 2 times. Electronics upgrades, yep. But if we go here, we could say Caldari Frigate is also a 2 times training multiplier. So they require the same amount of points to train, except that because we're remapped here, Caldari Frigate we could train in 7 days. Electronic upgrades would take an extra 2 days, 18 hours. Yeah, like 3 days. So we could say in the time that we could train this, we could just train the ship and the tier 2 weapons. But we might want to get this eventually, because this actually unlocks a few good ships, right? Unlocks the covert ops ships, which would be this one. So as long as we get electronics upgrades, it would unlock covert ops ships for Caldari, pretty much unlock them for Glante. So all of these things, all of these ships require electronics upgrades 5, right? So you'd be getting most of the requirements for all of these ships just by training requirements electronics upgrades 5. I think it's also for battle cruisers, recon ships, the Rook, Falcon, Chameleon. Yeah, so we'll just go over here to Caldari. So we know these things, right? Oh, recon ships right here. So it's also required for the recon ships. Huh. Not sure if you really use them or something. But then maybe after you have the frigates and the destroyers up to Tech 2, maybe you unlock those ships. So you could even see it doesn't take too long, right? If you go here, it says this ship takes 2 weeks to train into. We could fly this ship in 2 weeks. This ship only takes like 12 days. We could fly this ship in 12 days. So another way to look at it is, right, you could fly these ships in like 2 weeks, and then you could easily train into the Tech 2 weapons in like 4 days for these ships. As well as the destroyers here, right? Destroyers takes like 23 days. That's just pretty much because leadership, Spaceship Command 5, and it'll also bring you to train other skills level 5, right? Science 5, Propulsion Jamming 5, if you ever decide to want to get that. Which would eventually help you train into other ships, like maybe the Marauder or the Black Ops ships. Yeah, Warp Drive Operation. So this one just takes like 3 months, so you'd eventually train to it over time. I think we need Cloaking 4 anyways for the Covert Ops ships. Yeah, and then the Marauder, you could eventually plan to it. It only takes 1 month. It's only 1 month of training to get the Caldari Battleship 5. And you get upgrades, advanced weapon upgrades. So besides that, you could train into other things too, right? We'd mostly focus on these ship skills and then remap later and then train these skills, or just spend skill points on them. So it's right, like a 22-minute video. Yep. So if anybody has been watching this long, we'll just say we're probably taking a break for a bit, right? We've been playing Eve for so long, we've been fitting out all of these ships here, and we should probably clean up our room a little bit and get caught up and do other things for a bit. Like, we'll still log in every day, right? You log in every day, go do industry tab, go to your alt characters. We got our one character is training, so he's doing missile blueprints, right? So even if you're bored of the game, you're not playing for a little bit, you could put the skills on your training queue. You could be like, we could come back in 2 weeks, we could fly this ship, we just have to get the skills for it. And you could log in every day, right? Just update your industry here, that's it. Go to your alt characters, maybe do a daily challenge if there is one. Or if you are playing the game, you could even get like small skill injectors if you want to divide it up a bit, right? These things are just large scale injectors divided by 5, so it's just instead of getting 500,000 points, you get 100,000 points. And it's cheaper, right? It's like 655k. This is like 132k. So it's whatever that price is divided by 5, right? Because there wasn't even much of a price difference. It was just like 4 million or something. Like 655 divided by 5, right? 131 million. So you don't even really lose anything, right? You could easily get these in 2 to 3 days. So if you're actually playing the game, right? If you manage to just get like 132 million every like 2 to 4 days just by playing the game, then you could speed up training by like 2 days. Almost 2 days. Almost 2 days if you have over 5 million skill points. Yeah, but literally you just play the game, play for like 2 to 4 days, earn some money. And if you don't have any other ships you want to upgrade, if you don't have any other modules you want to buy, right? We just sit here and buy modules to collect anything. Like new things we're looking at were like these capacity batteries. We never used those before, but we bought a bunch of them so we could learn about them. And then just keep collecting and adding to your position in a bunch of different various guns that you probably never ever use again in the future once you unlock Tech 2 weapons. Yep. So what is there to anything else to talk about? Not sure. Yeah, skill injectors speed up your training considerably. If you're actually playing the game, just play by these speed up training. You'll train up so much quicker. If you're taking a break and you're not playing, then just log in, do these. So one's doing like missiles, or other characters doing projectile ammo, projectile turrets. And there are other characters doing hybrid weapons, hybrid turrets. All they literally have to do is just log on to that character. Maybe do Project Discovery. So we did Project Discovery yesterday on our characters. So we earned like 12 million on both of our alts, and then we logged on to this character, and it said we couldn't do Project Discovery for some reason. Maybe we already did it in the morning or something. But if you just do Project Discovery, you could easily earn like over 10 million per character. So if it lets you do it like 2 characters or something, or if it actually let us do 3 characters for some reason, you could easily earn 20 to 30 million a day just by doing Project Discovery on your characters. And it doesn't even take too long, right? Intervals come like every 5 minutes you get your money. It's like $1 million every 5 minutes. So it's over $10 million an hour. So you sit here for 2 hours, then you got like 20 million. Plus they're leveled up in Project Discovery. Yep. So considering we're gonna still make videos and stuff, we just don't want to sit here and do other stuff. We want to take a break from the actual game. So we got stuff training on our scale queue. Eventually we'll get Tech 2 weapons, right? So we just want to get Minotaur frigate up to 4, and Galante frigate to 4, and then just rapid launch rockets up to 4, small projectile turret to 4, energy turret to 4, hybrid turret, medium projectile turret to 4 maybe. And then I think we just put those just to see how long they would take to train. So we don't actually need heavy missiles or medium projectile turret specifically, right? So we might just train the small turrets. So maybe we just go to a gunnery, right? And then we just let these train. So we do want to train just all of the frigate skills for the 4, and then maybe eventually upgrade into one of them. But the first thing would be getting the weapons out of the way, right? A small projectile turret, maybe you get the small energy turret out of the way, and then just get the small hybrid turret out of the way. So maybe we'll just go with a hybrid, because we use hybrid a lot more. But eventually, in like 2 weeks, we'd be able to use Tech 2 weapons. Or if we wanted to, we could go to Spaceship Command and actually get a level. Well, we'd have to get that other skill, that's right. We'd have to get electronics upgrades. So we'd probably actually just want to spend skill points on that, right? So we we try not to train that many intelligence memory skills, but if we do, it's not that big of a deal. It's just we train these skills faster, so like Spaceship Command, missiles, and gunnery. Or if we wanted to, since light missiles are so overpowered it seems, maybe we just get light missiles up to level 5, then we could use Tech 5 light missiles in the same time. maybe before the turrets, maybe before rockets, maybe before rapid launch, maybe before the frigates and everything. We'd have to think about it, right? Light missile launchers are super sick. Yep. So if we throw light missile launchers 5 at the top, then we just come in, log in every time for a bit, play for a bit. So maybe we will play for a bit, right? Eventually, maybe over the week, we'll earn enough to buy a skill injector to speed it up a little bit. But the thing that we know is that in 1 week, we'll be able to use Tech 2 light missile launchers.